So Doug, thank you so much for sitting down and chatting with me today. I really appreciate this.
Absolutely.
So I understand from doing a little reading about the company that this all started from a road trip that you and your wife Vicki went on years ago. So how did this all come about as part of a road trip?
It was kind of surprising. My wife was very interested in moving up to Door County. Was thinking, well, how do I make that happen? Of course, those were many years ago, so the opportunities were less up here for being able to do things. She was reading an article at the same time around coffee roasters elsewhere and thought, well, why not Door County coffee? So we said, well, why not? So we took time at researching in the library. Remember those days?
Yep. Yeah.
So looking up who is in the industry, things of that nature, and spending 6 months on a bike exercising at home and reading up on coffee equipment and those types of things, and building a business plan, and the rest took care of itself.
And so, in what year was that road trip in?
It would have been in 92.
92, okay.
Yeah.
And then you opened the business what year?
93.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. I've learned a lot this morning over our chat, and tell me a little bit more about what you feel really sets Door County apart from other coffee companies.
A couple items. One is the coffee itself we talked about. We are purchasing only specialty grade 1 coffees.
That's really good, by the way.
Yeah. Thank you. The second piece is the equipment we use. We do air roasting, so we prefer that approach to ensuring that we get an even roasting of the coffee bean. It's a great coffee. We don't want to spoil it by offsetting its flavor anymore.
Okay. So switching over to the production side of the business, what are all the different products? Obviously, ground and whole bean coffee, but what are all the different products you guys produce?
Well, we have probably, depending on the time of the year, over 80 different variations.
80?
That we sell. Sometimes that can jump up to 100, depending again on the season, because we do seasonal types of coffee as well. Primarily focused in the flavoring side of it. My wife, Vicki, was very instrumental in getting us into those seasonal type of offerings, which creates a rush each year.
So this morning you were telling me that the way that you flavor your coffee is a bit different. Can you walk us through that a little bit?
So we flavor the beans ahead of time. We mix them in a significant amount of time, and then we let the flavor basically embed itself into the coffee beans prior to grinding.
Prior to grinding, okay, got it. Prior to working with Spee-Dee, how were you packaging your coffee before that?
We had older style machines, probably issues around accuracy, speed capability, things of that nature. And
what about Spee-Dee do you think made you choose to go that route?
The accuracy of the product, so the ability to deliver on what's coming out, that it's going to be what we want it to be. The ability for quick changeover, access to the components, reliability, those things have all played into it.
Good. I know that you mentioned that on some machines to change the auger tooling out takes tools and is a little bit more difficult to do, so the sliding key that we have to get the tooling in and out helps, and then the hopper window also assists with that.
Much better access for changeovers because, as I mentioned, we do 80 to 100 different types of coffees. That changeover is a critical piece for us. So.
Sure, helps your efficiency out. Can you tell me a little bit more about what it's like working with the team at Spee-Dee?
Oh, it's very interesting. Encouraging from the standpoint of basically they were a partner from day one. So as we came on board, what type of machine should I go with? The advantages of one versus another, options that were available were all key to making it come about. The design approval, signing off on, are the measurements correct, things of that nature. Getting a machine that we could start up with day one.
Fantastic. So if you had 2 words you could use to describe your experience with Spee-Dee, what would those be and why?
Professional, like I just had mentioned about the step-by-step process and ensuring that things weren't getting missed on the front end that you don't find until after you have bolted it down and then it's a problem. So those are not things you really want to run into. Second, timeliness, so the delivery time and things of that nature were on the mark as far as when we were going to see the machine so we could make plans and things of that nature. So
perfect. So what is it that you love about owning a coffee business?
There's a lot of challenges with any business. Coffee business is nothing different. but probably the biggest thing would be the people. So the folks you're working with, things of that nature, having fun with work. You know, this week we'll take time out to shut the cafe early and things of that nature to go play putt-putt golf. Everybody in the
Nice.
organization. So we do a lot of things like that to
Nice.
keep things fun and keep our folks engaged.
Now, speaking of that, I know that family is a really big part of your business. You've got several family members as part of the business.
Yeah.
What about that is enjoyable for you and makes it a great culture?
Well, seeing our family, I mean, one of the reasons we started the business was to hopefully try and keep our family close because they potentially could be engaged in the business. Didn't all come about right away. We encouraged them to work elsewhere initially before they came back and then work with us here. And that was after the fact, of course, they grew up in the business.
I know how that goes.
Yeah, being a dishwasher and then a barista,
Yep.
then wait staff, things of that nature. So they grew up prior to college and,
Nice.
and then came back, you know, after they're working elsewhere. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. So do you have the same issue at Thanksgiving and holiday time where all you do is talk about work, or do you guys are able to split it off?
We tend to not, we don't talk as much. I mean, obviously it will come up, but yeah, maybe a little bit of blue bloods around the table. Or
You're
something. Instead, it's coffee instead of police work,
yeah,
right?
Exactly. I like it. So for those watching, can you tell us a little bit more about where people can find your products if they want to taste the quality and the great taste of Door County coffee?
A lot of places, of course, our e-commerce site line, you can purchase it anywhere, as one of our team members was telling you about. They had an order going to Florida and then California. I've seen them to Alaska, Hawaii. We have them around the world via our e-commerce site. More regionally, we're in a lot of different grocery chains, Woodman's Festival, Syndex, Mariano's, a lot other type of Kroger stores, Piggly Wiggly's, all those, Walmart's, Targets as well, Costco. So we're in a lot of the big names that are out there. Not necessarily out in all the states in those menus, but yeah.
Well, I really want to say thank you so much for sitting down with me today. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the tour and for the great coffee.
Absolutely.
And it's been a pleasure.
Same here.
All right.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thanks, Doug.